WNST's and Robert Canady joins us now from Compass Point, where they have all sorts of tournaments and events and fun stuff going on. This is the time of the year to go out and hit it. I know it was a little warm this week, but I know there's going to be a break in all of this stuff. And for Tiger Woods to be back on my television seemingly every day, Robert Canady, I think golf's sort of on the mind all of a sudden. And certainly the two Tiger Woods over the story begat stories about this kid from Boston that looks like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that was something. I had to, even myself, as I was watching the coverage on Sunday, or sit there, I saw a Tiger hit a shot into the green, and they go to a commercial and everything, and they come back, and the first thing they show is them taking pictures in the gallery. I'm like, what the hell?
The doppelganger.
Really has changed, And, so that was quite the impersonator. I mean, looking like he was having a good time there. And,
by the way, it's so Tiger to be a dick to that kid, right? I mean, that's so Tiger Woods, right?
He did totally blow him off, didn't he? Yeah. So.
I mean, a guy came up to me that looked like me. I think it's funny. I guess I'd take a picture with him if nothing else. But for Tiger Woods, though, this has been the summer for Tiger, right? I mean, just. He's back on it. It makes news when he's a part of it. When he's not a part of it, nobody's out on the tour looking, for pictures with Rose or Johnson or Watson or any of these guys who look like them. There's only one Tiger Woods, and I think it sort of has awakened golf. I don't know that it shakes down to Compass Point or not, or gets other people excited about it, but it certainly puts golf out on the map a little bit.
Oh, it absolutely does, and it keeps the conversation going. And that conversation, is the heated debate, the love Tiger, hate Tiger debate. The Tiger's on too much, on the coverage. Let's see the other guy debate. That goes on, here at the course. It goes on the internet forums, on Twitter, and everywhere. So any conversation about golf and Tiger Woods, I think is good for the game. And, he's definitely transcends any other current player there. Like you said, even the number one players in the world right now that are, winning and getting all the Ryder Cup points and top of the world rankings and everything.
Well, he's the greatest golfer to ever lived, right? Or are we still going to make a case for Nicklaus or Paul? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, it's more your space than mine. I mean, I get into this debate with Jim Brown or Ray Lewis or Joe Montana or Johnny Unitas. I mean, I guess, you could do this in any sport, but, it's kind of hard to argue against Tiger in the modern era given the competitive level of the whole world being involved in golf and his dominance. To me, if you said Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer to ever live, I wouldn't argue it. I just wouldn't.
You really couldn't, and you couldn't argue with that, and be considered a reasonable objection. Sure, the older guys that saw Jack in his prime are going to say that, but you just touched on a few things. The competitive fields that Jack played against was basically Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, and Billy Casper. That was about it. And Tiger, for the better part of the 20 years, has competed against much deeper and stronger fields, the world fields, as you've mentioned. And he's done so, but took a little 6-year break in there where he was kind of on the sidelines, but. I mean, the way he's come back this year and been a factor in just about every tournament he's played is amazing.
What's the most he ever won the Masters by? A dozen shots? I mean, like literally.
Yeah, it was 97. I have to look it up, but you're right. It's right in that 12. I think he was 16 under, and everyone else was 4 under. Around that number.
I was nationally syndicated at the turn of the century, and week after week, any week where somebody could chase him on Sunday felt like a good. You weren't going to catch him. It was kind of like Bruno Sammartino when he wrestled. Nobody was ever going to beat him. It was just a matter of him hanging in there. Feels a little bit like the Patriots to some degree as well. But I think seeing him do this again. Look, I don't want to sit here and talk about Tiger Woods. I don't talk a whole lot of golf on the air. But if I'm going to talk about it, this is something I don't think even the most strident golf people would have looked at and said, yeah, he's going to have one more summer where he's going to be on your television all over again. The fact that that's happened again is kind of amazing.
It is. And I was one of those ones, 2 years ago, and I've never been a Tiger hater. I've enjoyed what he's done for the game, and,
he was a jerk to me once very early on, and I never liked him. I think you know that story. I mean, I met him at the Hard Rock in 1996. 1996 on New Year's Eve with Hootie and the Blowfish. We were kind of at a private party, and he was a jerk. And, and that was before he was anybody. I mean, he was just, he hadn't won anything then,
And you're certainly not the only one that has stories like that. They abound. There's many stories like that. And
he was easy to dislike after that for me, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
was.
But I was one 2 years ago thought he'll never be a factor again in golf, and so I mean I said that, I thought that, and I'm totally shocked by what he's done this year.
Yes, there are people that believe that about Joe Flacco, by the way.
So I've heard, yeah. If Flacco has as good of a season coming up as Tigers had this year, then it'll be pretty good.
Robert Canady's at a Compass Point. He's doing golf. He's doing college basketball as well. They've got all sorts of stuff going on down there. But, from the tour perspective in the Ryder Cup this week and Tiger to be – I mean, again, there was Ryder Cup news this week. Tiger Woods is a part of it. So for that, I think that's something that – golf needed, to your point, even if you hate him. This isn't for a long time. I don't know that in 2020 or 21 or 22 we'll still be talking about Tiger Woods, but maybe. I don't know. I mean, you could have never have convinced me 10 years ago we'd be talking about Tom Brady, right? I mean, it's kind of an amazing thing that's going on in sports.
Absolutely, yeah. Brady came up yesterday in a conversation I was having with a friend. We were talking about the longevity of some of the players, and how long they last and contracts. And, we're thinking, and Tom Brady was the first one that came to mind, that, who would have thought he's going to doing at 40 what he's doing, and still winning Super Bowls or contending for Super Bowls. So, Tiger into 45, late 40s, there's, if his back holds up, which this season's all indication that it's going to, there's no reason to think, he couldn't, Jack Nicklaus won a Masters at 46, Tom Watson almost won a British Open at 59. So, I mean, he's got another, if he decides to stick with it and stay healthy, he's got another 12 years he can compete out there. Maybe not on a weekly basis, but show up for the majors and the big tournaments and everything. So, yeah, we probably haven't seen the last of him for a while. And, I think that's good for golf. And, I love all the young players out there now, the Dustin Johnsons, the Jason Days and Jordan Spieth. They're all great, but, Tiger's the one, as we've talked about many times, he doesn't move the needle. He is the needle. And, the fact that he's on the Ryder Cup team versus, 2 years ago, he was an assistant captain and he was riding around on a golf cart, kind of patting guys on the back and everything. And, now he'll probably be one of the anchors of the team. I think that's fantastic and look forward to watching it.
He has Buckets and Birds out on Twitter, as well as down at Compass Point, where he sells golf for a living, plays golf for a living, talks golf for a living. But we're almost getting to the point where you'll be putting the clubs down unless you're going to Florida or Georgia or out to Arizona. We get into November, December, January. Certainly what you're doing out on the golf course will lead into that with craft beer opens and Halloween and whatnot. But, I've had some of the coaches on already. College basketball right around the corner here, and I know they get an extra week in a lot of cases this year, so they're going to open a little earlier this year, right?
Yeah, they are, and they've the summer practices have all wound down, and now they're all basically back in school, and beginning some of the unofficial workouts until I think practices begin officially in early October, and we'll have the local media day, where we'll gather with all the coaches and everything from all the Baltimore area teams, which will be neat, and kind of get a rundown of what's going to happen. There's a lot to look at this year, with Maryland, after losing a lot, and Towson basically their roster turning over, UMBC coming back with off their big run in the NCAA tournament, and Coppin State, Juan Dixon's second year there, and Loyola with a new coach. So, yeah, it's all going to be good stuff this year to follow. So.
Well, certainly the Maryland football win last week got people thinking college sports around here. Sporticulture is our sponsor. I have a Maryland flower here, as well as a Buffalo Bills and a Ravens flower. We'll have those on the set. You can learn more at sporticulture.com. That's Culture. That's my pal Court out on the west side of town, growing these beautiful flowers. They smell beautiful. My cat likes them as well. Sporticulture.com. Also brought to you by Charles Newsonoff & Sons. Since 1923, true love comes in all shapes and sizes. There's something for everybody, for any budget at Charles Newsonoff & Sons. They buy gold. Go see them in Parkville at charlesnewsonoff.com. They say, let's grow old together. Robert Canady's down at Compass Point, where, of course, tell you what, man, getting onto your course down there this time of year, and it gets hot and it gets cold, and then I guess on Sundays you got football games. I know you're a Redskin guy, I'm a Raven guy, but you got a lot going on down there here for the fall, and it feels like the weather's going to extend golf season till Christmas at this point, right?
Yeah, maybe make up for that cold, long spring we had. But, yeah, we just had the Compass Cup this past weekend, which was the big tournament we kind of had been in-house tournament we've been leading to all summer, and we had a full field for that. And they played 27 holes out there in the heat, and that was good. And, Yeah, we have the weather turns. I like to think it's going to turn any minute to some cooler fall weather, which is awesome. And yeah, we have some more events coming up there. Another craft beer open, another night golf, and then we'll wrap up the season in November with turkey shoot, which will be a fun thing on Black Friday. So still lots of golf to be played here in the next couple months, and hopefully under much cooler temperatures.
If you got a event that you need to put on, maybe even next spring, you give Robert Canady a call down at Compass Point. You can find him at compasspointgolf.com, out on the web, as well as at Buckets and Birds. We'll get back after next week, talk some more golf, talk some more college basketball, and hopefully the Ravens will be 1-0. I don't know how the Redskins are going to fare out in the desert. Anything you want to say about the Redskins? Because you're one of the, I got 3 or 4 in my life that I keep, just to humor myself. Anything you want to say on Alex Smith for expectations for your football season?
Well, I'm just glad that, we have that whole quarterback situation resolved. I was literally getting tired of the Kirk Cousins, drama year after year. So we'll see. I mean, Smith, I think he's at least an equal trade, if not an upgrade. So, and we'll see if Adrian Peterson can find the fountain of youth and run for 1,300 yards. But no, not too much bragging with the Redskins in preseason. It's a hold your breath, wait and see.
Well, I attended the Governor's Cup last Thursday in the always insignificant 5th and final preseason game for the Ravens. It's a joke, but nonetheless, I don't feel like I saw the real Redskins. We'll see all the teams out on the football field this Sunday. You can see Robert Canady down at Compass Point Golf. That's Compass Point with the silent E. Find them out on the web and find Robert at Buckets and Birds. He'll be the guy boo-hooing the Redskins. I got to kick the Redskins a little bit, man. I mean, the Ravens are going to be good this year, so that's what I'm going to do. The BuyAToyota.com audio vault's there 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear from anywhere in the world. You need me? Nasty at WNST.net finds me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, streaming live on our Facebook Live, as well as our YouTube Live. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.